Lawrence Rowe, Jamaica, just handed over his cell phone to MOCA. You know, his cell phone that basically linked the whole corruption at the KSAMC, where they were using public fund to fund their own election campaign, which hits the epitome of corruption. The epitome of corruption, Jamaica. So basically, he has handed over his cell phone to MOCA with all of the evidence that he has stated previously to this situation. So Jamaica, you said God do not like ugly, and you see how them come out and march about corruption, and when you look at it, they are themselves is a very epitome of corruption. I hope the Jamaican people them observe and take heed and do not make no stupid irrational choice. They have come out with accusation, Jamaica. But this is evidence to their corruption.
That doesn't have to throw.
No, the PNP them a sweat, a fret, a stress. Cause I remember I said them talk against this, so what this evidence is gonna prove. Watch this, Jamaica.
Lawrence Rowe, the former constituency caretaker of the opposition in central Kingston, is simply not going away. Not going away. Nationwide now has information that Mr. Rowe has now given a formal statement to the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA. In that statement, we gather he has formally accused the PNP-controlled Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation of operating a scheme in which public funds are used to finance the campaign activities of PNP politicians in the corporate area. You'll recall, this has been the allegation made earlier this year by Mr. Rowe. But now he has gone in, sat down with the officers of MOCA and lodged a formal statement putting details, naming names, as to those who participated in this scheme. So it means that the story has taken on another turn, because MOCA is now obliged to investigate, because they now have a formal complaint with details on the record, signed to by Rowe. Therefore, they will now have to investigate and decide if there is merit to what Rowe is alleging. And thereafter, we will see what's the next steps. Here's George Davis's report on that.
The statement given by Lawrence Rowe to MOCA makes for stunning reading. It name drops at least 7 PNP officials and representatives, and with extensive detail, accusing them of being involved in a ruse to defraud the KSAMC. Rowe told MOCA that monies have been issued by the KSAMC to several candidates, including in one key marginal seat in the corporate area. He detailed instances of being contacted by an official from the KSAMC and offered money from the corporation to fund political work. Rowe told MOCA that the PNP member and the staffer at the KSAMC who issued the money to PNP political representatives overtly made a request for the transaction to be kept secret. The former PNP candidate told police investigators, quote, "I believe that the monies were from the KSAMC and it was to be a secret." End quote. He says the instruction from the PNP member who works at the KSAMC was that the funds should be used for political activity or anything the PNP caretakers so desire. Rowe also accused the PNP member and official at the KSAMC of funding the activities of at least 4 dons in the corporate area. However, he told MOCA that while the monies to fund some PNP caretakers came from the KSAMC, he's unsure about the source of the money given to the area leaders by the PNP official. In another eyebrow-raising development, Rowe name-dropped a PNP caretaker in a key battleground constituency whom he says has been receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars from the KSAMC on a monthly basis. He says the funds were transferred to a PNP divisional chairman in the battleground seat who would then encash it and hand it over to the PNP caretaker. Rowe suggested to MOCA in detail that at least one senior official in the PNP knew about the corruption scheme. Nationwide News understands that as part of the MOCA probe, the anti-corruption agency seized Lawrence Rowe's Samsung A53 phone and extracted evidence. A host of damning text messages, voice recordings, and images relating to the KSAMC and the PNP form part of the MOCA investigation. Earlier this year, Kingston's Mayor Andrew Swaby strongly denied any wrongdoing by the KSMC on his watch. The denial came after a conversation leaked of Lawrence Rowe asking PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell why some PNP representatives received more resources from the KSAMC compared to others. Dr. Campbell said this was being done for strategic purposes ahead of the then anticipated calling of 2 divisional by-elections. The PNP General Secretary has since publicly strongly denied any involvement in or knowledge of any wrongdoing at the KSAMC. George Davis for Nationwide News.
So he has given his phone, the Samsung A53 phone, we are learning, to the investigators at MOCA because the phone would have extracts or the WhatsApp conversations detailing what he has alleged in his statement to MOCA. So the MOCA investigators now can extract from the phone the relevant information to corroborate whatever he has accused the PNP of and the leadership of the KSAMC. And based on our reporting, he has also named the dons who he says were being paid from the KSAMC's coffers. He has named them, where they live, they are done for what area. He has named PNP organizers, activists. This is about to get dreadfully worse. This is the same Lawrence Rowe who was arrested when? Monday night? Monday evening? Yeah? And spent some time at the Almontown police station. This is just not going away. Alright, after the break, we're coming to you from the Ministry of Local Government, where a very important body is meeting this morning.